Hey, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm Dee.
I'm Dory.
Welcome to Design Dreamers. And what are we all about?
Thrifty sewing and tips and chit chat. See, I can say it very briefly.
Yeah. And enjoying, just kind of enjoying.
And having fun at sewing.
Yes,
sewing fun.
Having sewing, yeah. Fun at, what are we?
At sewing fun.
At sewing fun. And we always try to be positive and uplifting, and we always start usually with a inspirational saying. Oh,
same
I think
quote.
it's same thing.
Okay, so here's the quote. An effort made for the happiness of others lifts us above ourselves.
Oh, who said that?
Lydia M. Child.
And who is she?
She was born in 1802, died in 1880 at the age of 78. She was an abolitionist, an activist, and a novelist. And guess what she wrote?
I don't know, but I want, oh, tell me that, but I want to know her years again. When she lived and when she died.
She born in 1802,
Wow.
died in 1880.
Aw,
Okay, and she wrote, over the river and through the wood.
To grandmama's house we go?
But she wrote wood, not woods.
Yeah,
and
I'm
it was
sure.
grandfather's house, not grandma's.
Oh, cool.
But it got changed through the years.
Oh, of course.
You know,
things
but yes,
do.
she's the one who wrote that.
Is that cool?
Is that cool?
I wonder how, that would be interesting to see how all that came about and how it got noticed. And
Yeah.
that is cool. And here, I'm going to put my tissue away. See what's the matter with me.
So again, the quote was, an effort made for the happiness of others lifts up us above ourselves. So it's really being unselfish. It's not about us, it's about others.
Oh, yeah. And that's true.
You know, and that
Yes.
is true. So, yeah.
That's not, I mean, that's a thought that's been around for thousands and thousands of years, but I like how it's put forth in different ways so people can utilize it more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it is true. Happiness of others is makes you feel better, so much better.
Yes. Yes.
So good.
Great.
Yay!
Another thing we do is we start off with a few
Make viewers makes. There we go.
I can't get out. So we're going to do that this morning too.
Yes.
The first one we're going to show is from Leanne. Leanne, we're going to show you the cat. She had a cat named Cleo who helped with her upcycle project that we're going to
okay.
show.
At first I thought you were going to say she made a cat.
No.
No.
But she had surgery because she got in a fight with
Oh, the cat or the person?
the cat.
Oh, okay.
The cat had a fight with another cat that was a feral cat that got domesticated, but you know.
They still have a little bit of that wildness, kind of
Yeah.
like people. You can domesticate some of us, but we still have a little bit of that wildness there.
Yeah. So anyhow, she upcycled. We're going to show you in a minute. She had 2 pair of denim pants that she cut up and stitched back together. Everything she used was thrifted.
Oh, cool. Very good.
The denim, the lace, the upholstery cord, the jewelry, the pleather, the buttons, the beads, the thread, the shower curtain, and the cut doily.
You know what? I bet she had fun putting that together. It sounds really creative just to take everything that is thrifted and utilize it.
She said she was pleasantly surprised that the upholstery cord adds some stiffness to keep it flared out.
Oh.
She said she spent probably 15 hours putting it together.
Oh, I'm sure.
But she said if she would have had everything collected, and it may have been 10 to 12 hours to straight.
She kind of sounds like she sews like me. I'm like, okay, now what should I do next?
So here's the picture of Cleo, and you can see where she had surgery there.
Oh, yeah. Poor Cleo.
Costs a little bit to have.
Yeah, hold it. Yeah, oh, there she is. Yeah, she's helping her. I have cats too, but mine stay away from my sewing stuff.
I like Cleo's long hair.
I do too.
Yeah.
She reminds me of my tabby, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
My tabby's a brighter orange.
Yeah.
So very nice. I'm glad Cleo's doing much better.
Yes.
Yes, I'm happy about that.
Get well, Cleo.
Look at that. Boy,
I like the lace on the bottom.
I do too. It's really creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the front of it, and she's got some.
Yeah, that takes a lot of imagination, a lot of creativity. I shouldn't say imagination, the creativity in it all.
Yeah.
What are those? Oh, those are little baubles. on those pieces of fabric.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And that?
A little piece of jewelry, I
Put it on
think,
there.
in there. Yeah. And here's
Very cool.
some close-up of the lace.
Oh, she has layers there on the bottom,
Yes.
on towards the hem.
I think.
Very, very nice.
Yep.
Very nice. What fun.
Yeah.
What fun. Yay.
Yeah, I really
That's a
like the
fun
bottom
thing.
of it.
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
thank you, Leanne,
Very
for
nice.
sending that in.
And thank you for sending us pictures of your kitty cat.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's doing better.
The next one we're going to show is from Aunt Beck's Creations, Becky. So it's very interesting. She's had a lot of projects that she had started and had not finished.
Oh, yeah.
So what she did was she got online somehow and found a wheel, and that wheel determined which project she would finish.
So she put her projects in it, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Only,
Some of these projects, she said,
well, not the Wheel of Fortune.
are
but
so
the
old,
spin.
maybe 10 years old.
I can relate. Sad
And
to say.
So the children she was making for them
Are all grown up
They're
now.
adults
They're
now.
doing well, or they're teenagers. And
But look
yeah.
at the project she finished. Is that cute?
Aw.
Love the bunny.
The bunny, and I like the little, she's got that little
Catch-all.
catch-all case. Yeah,
Mhm.
that little storage, and then the little crossbody, and the little girl's outfit, the little top and shorts.
Cute.
So cute and the best.
Yeah,
Very, very
yeah.
cute.
So thank you for sharing those with us too, Aunt Beck.
And your idea of how you're finishing them off, because I'm sure you and I are not the only ones out there that have projects like that.
Unfinished projects.
Unfinished projects.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well,
thank you.
yes, thank you very much. And yeah, we are.
Yeah, speak up. Anytime now.
If anybody wants to send us their makes, they send it to iso2@mei.net. We were kind of wondering, we had asked last week, but nobody responded, and I don't know if it caught that we had asked, do you like it that we show them at the beginning?
But it
on
may
the
not.
video?
Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, if you like it, hit subscribe.
there you go. There you got the plug-in. Okay, good.
So you don't have to say at the end, oh, we forgot to say that.
Yeah, that's true. We do. Usually, that's what happens.
So let's talk about what you made this week.
Okay, so this is the other half of the challenge of a remake of something that was unsuccessful or something we didn't like. And
She didn't quite get that right, though.
no, I didn't, because I didn't even remake the same
She didn't.
thing, because
She just went on her own. I mean, she used the same
I used the same pattern, but a different view. How about that?
view, yes.
And,
Totally
and,
different.
and the
That's
reason for
hilarious.
that is because I
Yes,
will
what is
show
the
you.
reason for that?
Because this was simpler to do, and I didn't want another failure. That's why.
Okay.
Because I knew with the fabric that I had chosen that it was not going to work, and I'm glad I didn't do the same one because it would not have worked. Anyway, this is the one that I originally tried to make, and honestly, the fabric was pretty much the same color that this one was, and it was a sweater knit. And I'll show you why that one failed. I will tell you.
By the way, that's Butterwick 6392.
Oh, thank you for, see, that's what sisters are for, to cover.
Teamwork
catch-
is dreamwork.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, most of the time.
We are design dreamers.
Yes, we are. We dream about that teamwork and dreamwork. No. Anyway, so that pattern had, as you can see, it had a lot of parts to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so I was working with, you know, and then you even get over here, you know, it's just, it was a lot of different pieces that went together. I thought it would be simple, but I just had a terrible time with the knit, and I put something on wrong, and I needed to I couldn't take it off. It was a total failure. I threw it
familiar.
out. I couldn't save it. So this time I'm like, I'm not doing that.
So you never completed the other one?
I couldn't. I did. Well, I did sort of kind. It just didn't.
Did
it
we have
didn't
a
weird.
reveal of
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I think I've got to find it. I didn't even put that I made it in my book. We have a book that we keep everything with swatches of what we made and what pattern. And I'm sure we did a reveal of it. I need to research that. I will.
Yeah,
that
'cause
should
then
be
we
in
could
here.
put a clip in
Yeah,
there.
put a little
Okay.
clip in there. So anyway, this time
She
I
made a
made a
different
much
one.
simpler view. See this? Much simpler. I did not put the collar on it.
Okay.
I left the collar off because that was just an addition. I thought, I'm not going to do that. So
Making it simpler.
making it simpler. And the only detail it really had was, you know, in the center where I cut the fabric here, I needed to bind that off or hem it. And then also it had the stitching lines in the middle where, so you have kind of your sleeves.
Right.
You'll see that in the reveal. I will show you, I did a few things on my own with this, like I usually do. I just stayed true to myself. I changed it the way I wanted it. I left the collar off, and you're supposed to put a band up to the where the seam is, the sleeves, and then you're supposed to thread like a cord through it, and so you can tie it in the middle to keep it secure. Well, I don't want to do that. So I'll show you what I did. So yeah, so I didn't. For one, I will remind you that this is a throw blanket. I got this, I'm sure that most of you have a Dollar Tree.
This is Dollar General.
Dollar General. Well, I'm sure you have both. A Dollar General in your area. If you don't, you will soon. They pop up like mushrooms around here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're down south, they're everywhere already.
Are they? And yeah. That was the front, and then this was the back. And I just bought an oversized one. And I wanted to make this just a little bit longer, and so I could get his nose in there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
But I couldn't get both pieces out of it and get the wolf's nose in there. So anyway, I did want to capture. Oh, look at there's a pin, a pin in there, and the pins kind of get sunk in here.
Yeah. In
this fabric, it's very hard to make sure you have it when you're laying it out to keep the fabric from moving. So I used clips all along the outer edges, because I did fold it. Yeah, I did fold it so I could capture the back. See, there's no seam in the back. It's just one big piece. And anyway, I still had a hard time with it kind of sliding and moving around, so I pinned it.
Did you use a walking foot?
I did not use a walking foot to sew with this.
Oh. I
probably should have this was supposed to have been the outside edge, but see how wrinkly that is? See how, I don't know if you can capture it. It's wavy in there. And I'm like, this is not going to work. I cannot have that on the outer edge. That looks like really, bad sewing. So I just turned it in and stitched it down all the way around. That's all I did. I rescued it that way,
Very good.
And I used the binding on the outer edges of the blanket of the throw, so I wouldn't have to hem the out.
So that's their binding.
That's their binding that came with the throw. Now I will say, when I laid down the pattern came short about 3 inches. I said, "Oh well, I'm just going to extend it. Who cares if it's a little bit longer?" And then when I did do my,
but you extended it at the top.
I extended it on the sides.
Oh, okay.
At the sides, so I would capture this.
Okay.
So this is the front of it is probably about 3 inches wider than the original pattern is, which would make this really kind of narrow, I thought, from the way it looks. Because I made view A. Well, I guess that would be right. So I have a little bit more than what it shows in the picture there. See, view A is it's not view A. I can't. Oh yeah, it is view A. Where's down here? Yeah, see, this is the one I made, view A. So,
but you made it without the seam in the back. What is that in the back? You don't have that. Right?
I don't have that. That's where the
channel would have been.
The channel would have been.
Oh, okay.
I did not put that in there.
Got that. Okay.
That you put the little cord in there and pull it and tie it. I'll show you what I did instead. I put where the seam was. This one I had to hand stitch in because I couldn't figure out how to sew it in there without catching anything else. This is just bias tape that I folded over. It's extra wide bias tape. And I stitched it, and it's nice and sturdy because I didn't want any raw edges.
Yeah.
The stitching, don't look too close. The stitching is not perfect, but it works for the purpose I wanted it to. And then on the other side, just like you have on some very good coats, I just put this around on the outside edge, and you just tie it to what you need. I find if I tie it tight, it's too tight, so I tie it kind of loosely, just enough to hold it. And then I also added, and I probably should have had white, but all I had was black, but you can't see it if you close it.
Right.
up around the V-neck to keep the V-neck secure. I just had a hook and loop tape. And I didn't realize when
also known as Velcro.
Velcro, yeah, hook and loop. So I did not realize until I was at, actually I got this at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I buy some of my notions now, is at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
That they have what it's called real soft hook and loop tape. And it is, it's real soft.
Oh, yeah.
It's super soft.
Wow. It is.
And it's real thin.
She's correct.
Yeah. And I really like it. And what I originally, I have a sweater that I made, a cardigan that I made, and I wanted to put buttons, and the buttons is not going to work on it because my machine doesn't like it. So I thought, oh, I'll buy snap tape. Well, I can't find snap tape. I'm sure I could order it online. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to just use, and it's a dark sweater. I'm just going to use this.
Yeah,
I've seen that at the store.
Soft.
Yeah, it's very soft. It doesn't prick. It's, yeah. Anyway, that's my sales pitch on that, I guess. So, let's see.
Too bad we're not sponsored.
Yeah, too bad we're not sponsored. And then I also,
hint.
yeah. So then on the bottom, I'm like, how am I going to hem the bottom? Because I knew that when I put the bias tape around the edging on the openings in the front, that it got wavy like that. It just didn't lay right. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do just like you do a hemming tape. I took the bias tape, laid it on the right side, stitched it down, turned it over, just brought it up, and then stitched it down again. And that did my hem.
Very nice.
So, sometimes you just have to really get creative and think about, well, how can I use this another way?
Right.
So I am very pleased with how it turned out. And the neckline, I think, turned out just great. Just doing it without that's in the pattern there's no ripples there or anything. I just carried that through the bias tape around the neck and turned it under like I did the rest of it. So I'm happy with it.
Very good.
Would you like to see the reveal?
We would love to.
I do say this is kind of a bear to work with, but I'm happy with it.
Well, very nice. I think I would wear that like a little robe.
Well,
that's how I would wear it.
You know what? Even this morning when we were out there doing the reveal, it's a little chilly, but it was enough to keep me warm.
Yeah.
It was perfect. And, if nothing else, of course, this is kind of more bold for me. Usually I don't have anything with this much pattern on it. I don't know. Don't even go there. Don't go there. So, yeah, if nothing else, I'll be wearing it here in the home, you know, or to your house.
She's always cold at my house.
So I'm always cold over there. But anyway, so that's it. So,
Very good.
And I just to let you know, I got the throw on clearance because they're clearing it out. It's spring. They're clearing out their winter throws. So anyway, I like it. It's soft, and there is, of course, there's a right and a wrong side. And you have to make sure this is the wrong side. It's not nearly as shiny as the right side.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So once again, it was Butterwick $63.92. and I made the simplest one. And keep that in mind. When you have some challenging fabric, you don't want to get something that has a lot of detail in it because it's going to be frustrating enough at times just working with the other fabric. But if you're determined, and you can do it. You can get it done. Or do like I did with the first one. Just toss it out. Which is...
Yeah, well, that's interesting because last week we discussed mine.
Yeah.
Vogue 1914.
Hey, before you get started, I wanted to tell you this jewelry looks really fantastic. You don't usually wear silver much, but it looks great with that top. I mean, it's the gray top, it just makes it pop.
Well, thank you.
See, aren't I a nice sister?
Yeah. Despite the rumors. Vogue 1914. I talked about this in detail last week, so if you want to know more about it, you need to watch last week's video. But I had stated that I had started it originally in this knit. This is a sweater knit that I had gotten from Fabric Mart. They had it on sale for $3 a yard. I bought 2 yards, so $6. And it's a stone gray polyester lycra brushed sweater knit.
And it's a real light sweater.
Real light.
It's real light.
Yeah. So I had started my remake. So this was my original. It was this yellow one that was itchy and crazy itchy, which I'm going to donate it. And then last week I showed that I made it out of this.
Yeah, I like that one too. I like this.
Which is nicer than the yellow, but this is my favorite.
It is. And I think this is the most flattering.
And the funny thing is I had started it, the remake, with this fabric, and I sewed something wrong together.
Oh, really?
So I was going to throw the whole thing away.
That's right. You said because you couldn't pick it apart.
Yeah, because you can't pick it. Once you sew this, you cannot pick it. So I was going to throw it away, but I kept it on the side. And so after I'd gotten done with the other one, I thought, okay, let me just think about how I can maybe use it. So I just cut where I'd done it wrong. Just cut that all off.
I was thinking that's what I would have done if it was big enough.
I thought, if it doesn't work, it doesn't. I'm not losing anything but my time,
right?
Because I've already.
And it's kind of a larger.
It was too large anyway, so I think it fits better. Actually.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's like cut something apart, and I don't even know what piece it was that I did. But I did do something that I didn't talk about last week that I want to mention is because it's all these different pieces shaped differently.
Every which way.
I took wherever there was going to be a hem and put a safety pin.
Oh, so you knew.
So I knew this does not get sewed to anything because I'm going to hem it.
Yeah.
And so that was with this neckline. There's a hem there. So this piece, this neckline, is also attached to this side piece.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. And so that was confusing. But then, so there was a hem down here and there was a hem up here.
So which way does it go?
So then, you had to just really think hard about it, but I finally got it together, and actually this took me no time at all to sew up because I just took the pattern pieces, figured out how the pattern pieces are supposed to go, laid the fabric that matched the pattern piece, and put it together.
Great.
And this was in no time at all because I already had it cut out. I just chopped some of the fabric off. I have no idea which piece I chopped up, but I'm very happy with it.
I like it. Yeah.
Would you like to see a reveal of it?
I would. And then remind me, I want to say something about my seam after we're done looking at your reveal.
Okay, here we go.
looks great on you. I really do like that. That is, I
Yeah.
think, the best one.
And I didn't hem. I did not hem the sleeves or the bottom. I did hem this, but I didn't need to because it just curls.
Yeah, it just rolls.
Rolls anyway.
Yeah.
But I was afraid. I thought, well, this people will notice.
Remember when that was the style a while ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything you got was rolled like that.
Yeah.
Everything you bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had something on it already.
Don't. That's you. Don't. Yeah.
I
I did.
really hard.
And talking about seams, I did want to tell you. This had this long sleeve, this long seam from here to here to make the arm. So at first I was like, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna make that straight? So actually, I measured from here to here for where it was on the pattern, and I pinned it. And I said, I'm still gonna have a hard time sewing that. I'm not gonna know. So what I did is I took my painter's tape that Dory had gotten, and so I just where I had it measured so it was equal, and I just put it down, and then I pointed to which side because my memory's not. By the time I got the other one done, pointed to which side I would sew it on, and I just followed the edge of that.
Nice,
and
that's
then
a
I
good
pulled
tip.
it off.
That's really good.
Yeah, because it was long, and usually on wovens, I would mark it with my erasable.
Yeah, but you can't with this.
But I can't with this. Yeah. So that was a tip, and you had to sew this on the right side, not even the wrong side.
I was thinking that you would have to have done that on the right side because there's the wrong. Yeah, there's no wrong side.
Well, the inside, there is no seam actually to it. It's just a stitch up.
You're sewing the front back down.
So anyway, that's that. That was just a tip.
Yeah,
so anyway.
very good.
Yeah.
So I wanted to quickly show, remember.
Go ahead, I'm trying to get this all.
Last week I also mentioned that I had, someone had digitized for me.
Yes.
This logo for our convention in Scotland. And so I stitched them out. And they stitched out beautifully. And I even added a label to this one. And that I meant to add a label to them all, but this one didn't get it. I might have to hand sew one in there, but this one I sewed with it. But I think they're turning out beautiful. So these are mug wrecks that I'm going to hand out as gifts.
Yeah, nice.
Some have asked in the comments if I'm going to make a kilt for my husband.
Oh,
for the Scottish convention, but he's not going with me.
yeah. Dory, he doesn't like to travel like she does.
Doesn't, and yeah. So me and
she does.
I do, yeah. Me and girlfriend are gonna go. So yeah. But I will be thinking of him.
A kilt is a project. To do that correctly, you need yards and yards and yards of fabric and a special pattern.
Yeah, and they actually use special fabrics to make a real genuine
it's a
kilt.
Very
it's awesome.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dee, we have this challenge box that we've been using for several years.
Yes, we have.
There's one left. Do you want to draw it?
You can shake that box up and pick out the one.
Left. So my question is, we have lots of ideas from lots of people that I've kind of saved.
Should we keep the challenge box?
Keep the challenge box and keep doing that? I'm thinking maybe once a month we should do our own thing.
I like that. Yeah, sometimes there's something we want to sew.
Like, I need this made, but I don't have time because I'm making the challenge.
Yeah. I do think we could just do the challenge, like you said, maybe once or twice a month. Keep them, and I do like keeping a week free because life happens and we get really super busy. It seems like the longer we're retired, the busier we get.
That's true.
I don't know why that is.
Oh, I don't want to pick the one. The one that's. Would you like to?
Oh, sure. I'll let me see. Oh, inspired by. See, I need to write these out. Inspired by catalog picture of a ready to wear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fun.
Oh, so that's really anything we want.
Yes.
Just find something we like.
Something that you like.
Yeah. Okay.
You've seen and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
So, shall I restart the box? And I'm going to type out all the.
I don't know. I'm thinking it gives us because there's times I'm like I don't know what to make, and that just kind of gives us direction, and it does force me. It doesn't. Well, it does. It does force me. It does direct me to sew in ways that I would never do. I would say, "Oh, it's too hard. Why would
Exactly.
I
I
do
was
that?
going to say, the thing about the box that has impressed me is that I've learned to do things that I would never have tried myself.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and that's been awesome.
So yeah, doing a challenge box with yourselves too would be a great thing if you're disciplined enough to do that. I would not be disciplined to
Follow
do
our
it.
challenges.
Yeah, follow our challenges. You could do that too, and then send us in.
I mean, some of them are simple, like we've had, you know, pink and gray and black.
Yeah.
And, you know, those are simple, but then there's others.
And
put
from
color in, put buttons in.
and always from the time that you see us draw it, it's probably a month
and a
at
half.
least down the road. So yeah, before
But
you
give us
even see
time,
it,
just in case.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, I had a thought for you, but it's gone.
A missing thought.
Oh well.
But it's been beautiful weather here in Michigan. We're finally getting spring. We had our daylight savings time. Now, I don't think everybody does daylight savings
Yeah,
time.
they don't.
Every state doesn't do it.
I don't
Michigan
think so.
does it. So we lost an hour of sleep on last week.
Sunday, yeah.
But I am finding, because we have now longer daylight at night.
Yeah, I love that.
I am having more energy.
You are?
Yes.
Wow.
Could be that or my new vitamins.
Good for you. I'm glad.
I'm having more energy, and I'm staying up.
Longer at night?
Well, I'm doing more
in the evening
because
it's not dark at
it's
4.
not dark. I can still
3
do stuff.
or 5.
But when it's dark early,
I know it makes you want to go to bed.
It's like,
your body says,
you know, I was in my pajamas at 5 p.m. because it was dark out. But now it doesn't get dark till 8:30, and I'm just
well, it's not quite that late yet. It's 7:30,
depending on what time zone you're in. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm happy. Spring is very close to being here, and this weekend we're supposed to have almost 70-degree weather tomorrow.
Yeah, and then Saturday storms.
Yeah,
It's
well, storms, and they're already having them down south.
I know,
tornadoes. I mean, this is
not
the
good
season
already. Yeah,
when we have those tornadoes. It's actually March through June, I think.
Yeah,
it's not a big tornado. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else new for you besides trying to get things ready for your trip that will be coming up? And that's not until summertime.
That's not until end of summer. I have a trip I'm leaving on next week.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Oh.
And
is that anywhere near Dolly Parton's park?
It is. In fact, we're going to go to Dollywood. And I'm not going to do like the rides. I'm not into that kind of thing. But I like the shows. So, yeah. You want me to take some videos?
Yeah, take some videos and show that. Yeah, that would be cool.
The Smoky Mountains, we're going to we're going to, we're hoping to schedule a Jeep ride that takes you up into the mountains.
That would be fun.
And see the waterfalls and things. Smoky Mountains. So, there's 5 of us girls going.
Oh, that ought to be fun.
So,
yeah,
we rented an Airbnb and
nice. That ought to be fun. Yeah.
So I'll take some pictures and videos and show y'all
what
it's all about.
I'm looking forward to doing a little yard work and that kind of thing. Actually, I like doing that. I like being outside.
Yeah.
I need to get my house cleaned. I have dust bunnies that have babies, and they're just all over in my house.
It's bunny season.
It is bunny season. But I, when you get to spring, there's things like you want to clean, you want to get rid of stuff, you want to bring in new stuff and change things out. I don't know. Mom always changed for the seasons, and I have a little bit of that. Like, I need to do this and I need to do that.
I'm like, it is what it is. I did change my
That's because you travel. I don't can't travel.
I think they're called garden flags that hang out. I did change those to spring the other day.
Oh, good.
So
good.
my winter ones are down.
See, now I can't be bothered with that. That's like, I don't know why. I like them. They're
well,
pretty.
I wouldn't, except for when we bought this house, it had 2 flagpole holders. I'm like, well, they're there.
Might as well use them.
Might as well put them to good use.
I'd be like, take them down. Paint over it. Oh, well. Okay.
Yes. So don't forget, an effort made for the happiness of others lifts us above ourselves.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. Thinking about other people.
Yeah. So we hope you found some happiness in watching us this week.
Yeah, we hope you found some happiness and
Yes.
yeah, make other people happy. Right now, I can think of I have 3 gifts for people already that I want to get out.
Isn't
So
that nice?
yeah, because I know it'll make them happy. and
Yes.
thought of.
Yes.
So.
And you know, and even your comments are a gift to us.
Yes.
Somebody wrote that we are like candy. That was
Aw.
so sweet.
Unless you're diabetic. Oh, we're not diabetic. Go ahead.
But you know, I mean, that was just a sweet
It was
comment. She
sweet.
says, "You're like candy, and you're an addiction." You know, I love watching you. I'm like, thank you so much for that comment. It's so sweet. But so, that will be all for today because we've
been
overtime.
on here a long time, and we're like wah wah wah. Okay.
So don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a comment.
Thumbs up forward, and have a wonderful week thrifting and sewing and enjoying the spring weather.
And we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.